Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video we will discuss about an interesting topic, that is blood groups. So basically in this video we will discuss about relationship of the blood groups with the human mind. That what exactly is the relationship of blood with the human mind, and if you have a proper knowledge of then how it can help. As we all know that nowadays most of the person knows their blood group. So it is essential also. So if a physician or a doctor know blood groups of the patient, they may utilize this knowledge during case taking and easily find out the mental symptom of the patient, or simply you can say mind symptoms of the patient, which help them in the formation of perfect totality of the symptom and for the proper selection of the simillimum, that is a remedy of that particular case. Now let's talk about the blood group in brief. So first of all, it's very important for us to know that what exactly are blood groups, how many types of blood groups are there, and lastly we'll talk about what is the relationship of the blood group with the mental symptom of the patient. So what are blood groups? Firstly we'll talk about that. So blood groups are one of the classification of the blood which is based on the presence or the absence of the antigens on the surface of the RBCs, that is red blood corpuscles, or simply you can say red blood cells. Now let's talk about the system of the blood group. So on the RBCs membranes, several classes of the antigens are present, and more than 20 genetically determined blood group systems are known today. For clinical purpose, only two systems are most important that are determined before blood transfusions. And the first system is ABO system and second is the RH system. And both the systems were discovered by Karl Lenster of the Germany, and the ABO system in 1900 and RH system in the 1940. Or the ABO system in an elaborated manner, which was discovered by Dr. Karl Lenster of the Germany. Then later on we'll talk about RH system. So let's talk about ABO system. So what happened in this system? The cell membrane of the RBCs contain agglutinogens, and there are two such agglutinogens, or simply you can say antigens, that is A and B. And there are two corresponding agglutinins, or simply you can say antibodies, that is alpha antibody and beta antibody, which is present in the plasma. So that human beings, according to the ABO system, can be divided into 4 blood groups. So blood grouping based upon the agglutinogens, or simply you can say antigen and the antibody system. So person whose RBC membrane contain A agglutinogen, such persons are of a blood group A. Similarly, some person have B agglutinogens in their RBC's membrane, so they are of blood group B. And some persons have both A and B agglutinogens in their RBC membranes, and they are of AB blood group. And some persons have no agglutinogens in their RBC's membrane, so they have which type of blood group? They have O blood group. So these are the 4 blood groups based on agglutinogens classification. Now agglutinins of the different blood groups. Similarly, the serum contain only alpha and the beta, or both alpha and the beta, or no agglutinins. So Lenz-Steiner law states that particular antigen is present in the RBCs, corresponding antibody must be absent in the serum. This is a law of Lenz-Steiner's law, which determines the agglutinin blood groups. So let's take an example. So blood group A cannot have antibody A but antibody B will be present in blood group A. Now let's talk about the blood group B. So blood group B cannot have, in case of AB blood group, they have no agglutinins. And the last blood group, that is O, they have both agglutinins, that is anti-A and anti-B. That's why they are called universal donors. And blood group AB is called universal. So this was all about the ABO system of the blood grouping. Now next we'll talk about the RH system of blood. So let's talk about it in an elaborated manner so that it becomes easy for you to understand about the blood groups. So RH system. The person having D antigens are called RH positive, and those without D antigens are called RH negative. And approximately 85% of the people are RH positive and 15% are RH negative. You can see this example in case of erythroblastosis fetalis in a pregnant mother who have RH negative antibody present in their blood. So agglutinins of ABO system occurs naturally, that is without being exposed to the corresponding antigens. But RH antibodies are not naturally occurring, and these antibodies appear only when in a RH negative person's blood. So RH positive RBCs enter, therefore the RH negative person is exposed to RH positive blood. So this was all about the two systems of the blood group, that is ABO system and RH system. Now we'll talk about the mental picture of the different blood groups. That what is the relationship of the blood group with the mental picture of the human mind or the human beings. That will help us in finding out the cases, and through this we can select a better remedy. So let's talk about the mental picture of the different blood groups. Mental symptoms corresponded with respected blood groups, and now we'll talk about them. So first of all, we'll talk about the blood group O. So what are the mental symptoms of blood group O? So these symptoms are, the person who is having blood group O, they will have a very friendly and a very social mind setup. They are industrious, they have excellent leadership qualities, they suffer from anxiety and even from depression. They are romantic in nature. This was all about the blood group A. Now blood group O. This was all about the blood group O. Now we'll talk about blood group A mental symptoms. So the person who is having blood group A are responsible, they are sensitive, they are reserved, they are creative, they are obstinate, and they take tension in everything. Now next, blood group B. What are the mental symptoms of the person who is having blood group B? So such type of persons maintain harmony in the relationships. They have a very strong personality and they're confident about the future. Now last blood group, that is AB. Now what are the mental trait of the AB blood group? The persons who is having blood group AB, they are very careful with dealing with other people. They taking care to consider the other point of view. They have two personalities because they tend to keep their true selves hidden from the strangers. They have many friends but also require time alone. They have a risk of cognitive problems such as learning, short-term memory. I've discussed how blood groups have a relationship with the mental picture of the human being. So how, with the help of blood groups, we can find out the medicine in while case taking of that particular patient by knowing the blood groups. Now we'll discuss a very important part, that is a homeopathic part. So now here we'll talk about the most commonly applied medicines for the different blood groups in homeopathy. So what are the medicines? Now here we'll discuss about the medicines, homeopathic medicines for a particular type. These are the most commonly applied medicines for the different types of blood groups. First of all, we'll talk about the medicines which are applied for the blood group A. So they are Calcaria, China, Sina, Camomilis, nitric acid, Nux vomica and Ignitia amara. Now the medicines for the blood group B. So they are Agaricus, Arsenicum album, Belladonna, Brainia alba, China, Hippersulf, Sorinum, Sulfur, Platina and Pulsatilla. Now medicine for the ABO blood group. So they are Iodum, Nux vomica, Pulsatilla, Arsenic alum and Anacardium. Now the medicine for the last blood group, that is O. So they are Aconite Nepalus, Antimony crude, Arsenicum album, Argentum nitricum, Aurum metallicum, Calcaria carbonica, Causticum, China, Graphitis, Ignitia amara, Lachesis muta, Lec canis, Lycopodium, Natrum carb, Natrum mur, Natrum sulf, nitric acid, phosphorus, Sorinum, Pulsatilla, Rustox and Sepia. So these are some commonly applied medicines for different types of blood groups in homeopathic system of medicine. So that's all in this video. We have discussed about the relationship of the blood groups with human mind and how one can use blood groups for finding out the simillimum in the case taking of a person. So that's all for today. See you guys in our next video. Till then, stay connected with us for more videos like this. And don't forget to subscribe and comment below, and yes, press the bell icon for more updates. Stay safe and stay